We online? We online? We online? Yep. Okay, cool. With that, it should all work. And our next game is up as well. It is 1-0 versus Kaho, map number 2. Kaho with a fantastic day. Making damn sure that he's going to be a contender for the top 4 here today. Or for the top 4 in the tournament. One of the highest paying tournaments we got. So can 1-0 make an effort? And challenging him to the first 3 mapper of the day? Or will it be Kaho with a 2-0-2-0? So far, nobody was able to touch him. Next map is Springtime. Any shenanigans, any ghoul pulls, any expos. The expos were attempted earlier today, but shut down immediately. No ghoul. Yo, Xorg, thank you, thank you, thank you. No ghoul around the map. It surely is down to 1-0 to find solutions here. Kaho is playing what Night Elves are always playing. Kaho plays it cleaner than everybody else. Kaho got both red spots after fighting brutally for it. Wasn't able to contest though. The tier 3 was just too late. And then the last fight before Destroyers and before Dispel with Rejuvenation on the Demon Hunter was way too much to handle. Again, sorry for the little technical difficulties. I hope we won't have anything now. In case something is happening, please provide me with information. So, Demon Hunter DK, the classic setup once again.
A player's forces are under attack.
Any shenanigans? Must come from 1-0. Kaho might be able to attack a little faster. It's disrupting creeping. There we go. Go for the ring. And try to harass. Where are we going? We're doing some evasion creeping here as it seems. Hola, perch on the skeleton. Oh, did that work? Oh, Kaho has the perfect read with the wisps nearby. That's problematic. That's very problematic. Immolation, off we go. We still got that town portal. We got another detonate. All that damage is ending up on the real units, not on the summoned units. And now Immolation is here again. Already almost 1,000 damage. We have seen some early tap outs by undeads recently. Thanks to some incredible Demon Hunter harasses. Gotta be careful to not be surrounded. You want to keep that town portal for later. But you also want that Sasquatch. It's not the greatest reward, but it's so much XP. Now we're walking to a bit of an odd position. No mana burn means, of course, the last hit must go to 1-0. Everything else would be quite a big mistake. Oh, careful. One more hit and the coil is the kill. That coil had to be invested into the Sasquatch. 1-0. Playing a fine game. After these wisp detonates that he couldn't stop. This is now almost a guaranteed TP, isn't it? 18! That's a lot of moon juice. And it's an expansion. No tech by Kaho. When does a Night Elf ever not tech?
A player's forces are under attack.
Kaho is oozing confidence, calculating everything to the dot. But 1-0? I'd say this expansion is working. It's surely delayed. He is able to respond in case Kaho comes back in. But now the pressure should be on the Night Elf. Will 120 figure out that this tree is growing here up top? And can he do something about it?
Forces are under attack.
Kaho is not necessarily an early counter expander, but it worked on Autumn Leaves. It oftentimes works on Hammerfall. So how distracted are you really? There are no archers. There they are. Boots and Telestaff. Gotten for the TP. I think that is a pretty good trade. The only threat here really is getting surrounded. Archers maneuver to the north. Ancient. A little idle right now. But 120's Expo is safe. The tech has started. Acolytes, we got 10. This is all fine. Burn kill, huh? Ah, no, 120 got it. But Kaho gets a ghoul on the other side. A bit of punishment for a creep spot in Kaho's half of the map that should be punished. Kaho's making sure that 120 cannot unfold, but what about his own Expo? Needs to creep that. At some point, you gotta pull back. Archers were a bit hesitant. Like, should we creep already? Should we help in the offense a little bit? 120 with a lot of momentum. Getting ready for Mass Fiends. But Kaho's tech also close to finishing. Then it's Naga time. And who plays it better? Demon level 3, Naga level 3. Those are the levels you need to have prior to the first big fight. Like that the Ancient of War is moving into the next position. So yeah, this will be a creep heavier game. As both are satisfied with their economy at the moment. Hunter's Hall finishing perfectly. Same can be said, of course, for the Crypt and the Graveyard. Even a bit earlier, so Fiend transition can start. So unlike in most other games, Naga not used to contest. This is also due to the nature of this map having 2 tavern. You get the north, I get the south, is what 120 is saying. Waiting for the tech. We got Cannibalize. A second undead after Lucy to go for Cannibalize. Free healing. Add creep spots. Can be super efficient. But he's not using it. Oh, I love that sound so much. Unfortunate. DK around the corner, but without a mana pot. Bit problematic for 120 that his DK is almost level 4. And Lich is coming. Okay, stronger Lich, less map control. And Kaho is getting his economy together. Kaho is getting his tier 3 together. 120 have way fast attack this time. Of course also, due to the nature of that work in early expansion. Can we force game 3? Demon Hunter gets a little stronger. You got the Boots of Keltalas. Nice attack, nice armor. Naga also close to 3. Lich has a lot of catching up to do. Kaho is half a tech ahead. Kaho is a level ahead. 1.5 actually. And he got Reju to creep more. This is a lot more patient than the game prior. As on 2 base, there is no real threat. 120 must be thinking that his creep speed is a little faster with all the fiends and heroes. And that he can't contest at the moment. That lab was cleaned before. Nice steal earlier. And with information via skeleton. But you can't fight Tome of Retraining on the demon. Interesting. You can't fight without Frenzy and especially without Destroyers or Wand of Negation. Need to get rid of that reju. Options for Kaho. Earlier Ancients of Wind. I don't think he has the lumber yet. 6 lumber wisps. And the investment into tech and master upgrades. Again, I'm curious about the spell choices of 120. Is he catching up on the trend of Frost Armor? He absolutely is. Yeah, this seems to be a necessity at the moment against the Demon Hunter. Labby did it first, again. 120 follows. Damage on Kaho is good. No early Banshees, no early A-bombs. But we break upkeep. And then it's timing soon. Any protections? No. Only the 2 Moonwells. One to 0 situation is a million times better than in the game prior. But Kaho still has gold. Just needs to spend it. 5 fiends. No web yet. Doesn't need it, of course. But despite the upgrades finished, 120 is not going for a push. That might bite him. We're contesting the red spot as we did on Autumn Leaves. One of the creeps makes this a bit odd. Pot him again. Against the burrow. Perfect on level 2. Brings double orb. Oh, wow. That's a lot of gold. That's why he was floating gold so much. Phenomenal item for the DK. For the Lich. Close to level 3 as well. Is that level 3? Oh, it is. Okay, Coil Nova unlocked. Agility, intelligence boosted. Bottom got a heal scroll. We draw a line in the sand and then we're gonna conquer. This is 120's moment. 80 food, destroy us with mana, frenzy, you know it. But if Kaho holds, the rest of the late game shall belong to him. Fork Lightning for only 1 ghoul. Wonder if that was on purpose. Nova doing tons of damage. Potem has the staff. Unwilling to use it yet because Reju is doing the job if not dispelled, but 120 clutched with that. The buffer buildings are gone. Now the floodgates shall be open towards the entangled gold mine, towards the tree. First abomination is in with Disease Cloud actually. Nice dodge with an Invo Potion. Here we go. Fork Lightning Bears are marching forward. Level 2 on the Naga as well. Bears are falling quickly as always, but also doing tons and tons of damage. The ghouls are not attacking fiends at all, so damage a little unoptimized. Heal Scroll saves that bear. Potem in trouble. DK in trouble. Offensive Coil taking that aura away, and especially that orb. 120 too hurt though. He still got lots of units and he did a lot of damage, but he was unable to break that base. Both were producing during the fight. More statues, more destroyers. Town portal cost, of course, a lot. As well as an Invo Potion. No tech transition, more of the same. And still no Ancients of Wind. More upgrades instead. The run to the shop. Won by 120. Second red spot. This is almost a carbon copy in the late game from Autumn Leaves. Contest the first red spot, contest the second red spot, both want levels. Lich is a beast. Naga's a beast. Demon Hunter is a beast. These heroes will carry the fight. Maybe... Oh yeah, that nuke. He wasn't able to dodge that. No invul potion, but Potom should have the stab ready. First abomination about to drop. No, saved actually. DK repositioned. Destroyer repositioned as well. But for now, out of the fight. Looks like Kaho has a little bit of momentum. The Magnetor Reaver is still in. Fiend burrowed and saved actually. That's crazy. Demon Hunter back with full HP as so often. 120 is far ahead though. Can he clean up the bears? Can he maybe get a hero kill to close this out and force game 5? It's an exclamation mark for 120's shape currently, the way he plays this. But trying to retreat a little bit. The Magnetor Reaver is really, really weird. And there is potential to lose a lot of HP in very, very short time. Destroyer micro is crazy. Burrow timings are superb. A kingdom for an owl. A kingdom for a dust. He can't get that though. One bear lost out of the woods. Lich is tanking a lot. Has no invul. Gets level 4 though. The impact of frost armor is crazy. So much control. So much damage mitigation. And Kaho seems a little bit lost here. Even though the heroes are low. The red spot with statue support might go to him. Oh, gets the double level up here. And finally an owl. Did he regenerate enough? Owl will reveal the bottom, the fiend position. How can you possibly win this fight? Only via Demon Hunter. And of course, 120 knows this. Focus fire on the carry over and over. Lich is next, but with the Demon Hunter gone, that damage is gone. And also the mana burns are missing left and right. We have another coil. Lich should be back up in best shape. And now the moon juice is empty too because it's daytime. Oh, 120. You're doing surprisingly well here today. Red spot for him. Brilliance aura. Fantastic. I think this game is done. These fights in favor of 120. Both of them. Magnetor Reaver went a bit ham there, didn't he? Oh man, the power of Burrow. If you don't have a dust ready, if you don't have reveal ready, and this is why usually there's always a wisp at the lab to be able to go for that reveal. Wasn't the case here. And with that, 120 was able to save a lot. But when there's a Demon Hunter, there's a chance. Coil Nova again. I think this is the last bit of Moon Juice, if I'm not mistaken. Fiend Micro again, a thing of beauty. Even though one is lost, two were saved. The new Abomination is coming in to spread that infection. Destroyer also. Like 120, top of his game. Just gotta be careful about that DK. Crows were here, but intercepted one after the next. Ow, ow, ow. 4 crows gone. This kiting game is 120's big strength, but you have to respect the damage output, and before you lose your DK, rather move away. 2 exit kills, and Kaho realizes this was too much. 120 with one of the best performances of recent times, making this the first 3-mapper of the day. On game 1, his timings were surely off. That didn't work, unfortunately, but springtime, exclamation mark, towards Kaho and also towards the rest of the competition. As I told you before, the winner of this group will go up against Life. The runner-up of this group will go up against Happy in the first round of playoffs. And there's a solid chance that Kaho is dropping down. And who doesn't like a Kaho versus Happy winner bracket quarterfinal? Next game, Echo Isles, a very, very special map. Always revolving around double expansion. We've seen that before, so this should be a given. Maybe an opportunity for one of the players to exploit that. Game time. The most important match of this group before we go into the lower bracket. This feels like a different 1-2-0 now. A confident 1-2-0. A clean and precise 1-2-0. With that outstanding Fiend micro that we know. Also with insane destroyer control. The Expo defense was costly. But eventually it was enough. How much is left in the tank for Kaho? I think he should just brush this off. His performance otherwise was super clean. That one fight wasn't necessarily his. In 3 hours, we continue with the finals of our German league. Toxi vs Tetsta in the lower bracket, as well as Francis. Leon is waiting in the grand final. The decision will be made today if Leon gets the 3-peat or if someone else can challenge him and steal that title away from him. So far, if you look at Kaho and 1-0 play, there should be no shadow of a doubt who's top 2 in the group. It's these two. But maybe Fly and Sock surprise us in lower.
A player's forces are under attack.
We start how we always start. Except your name is Moon, I guess. Demon Hunter mercenary camp. And 1-0 will rush towards the bottom right hand side. Expo versus Expo is the play, as so often.
A player's forces are under attack.
How does Kaho intend to play against this? Usually the Undead has the momentum. He's finished faster with the camp. He can use his ghouls, march across, and threaten that Expo here. This is what Happy does always. Not too many ghouls that could be pulled right now. But the DK is already on the way. More HP for the Demon Hunter. Which is pretty great. Did he sell an altar? Yes, you do that to afford the expansion. And then you rebuild it shortly before tier 2 to be able to tech. All optimized. So poison is spread. That's a little invite to a Demon Hunter immolation. In the last game, 1-0 wasn't falling for the surround. We lost a lot. And archers were in close proximity to that happening either. No pressure on the tree so far. Ghouls are being intercepted. Well done. Also one almost ran down. Got him. So instead of going towards the Tree of Life, we go towards the main. I don't know if he can do so much damage here, to be honest. That's 1 kill. Might be 2. This is all a delay on the tech. And he finds that tree. Is it enough, though? I think it's not enough. Maybe... Oh, smart by Kaho to go for that Berserker. Berserker would have opened up a play, maybe. But he's not interested in that. You keep your Expo. I damaged you elsewhere. Well, you can't do anything about my Expo. But Kaho's defense stands. The body blocks are here. Yep, high level Warcraft on both sides. It's so good to see both of these players in their best shape. Or at least in very good shape. I don't want to rule out that they can do even better. But this is the 1-0 we need, and this is the Kaho we need. No unnecessary mistakes, no hero losses, no forgotten staffs, invo potions. This is how we like our Warcraft.
player's forces are under attack.
Interesting attack by Kaho. Walking straight into the economy line. Maybe some Lagarinos here. We did the... we saw... Who lost the game before? Who left the game? Was it Angeline? Now Shinkong is also gone. I wonder if they continue. Yes, they do. There's Flow TV available for everybody, so it shouldn't be the end of the day. Oh, was that a ghoul loss? I think it was. Ambitious creeping. Demon Hunter is back. He wants that top to himself. In the meantime, Kaho is doing some good damage here. That was not to be expected. So 50% of the economy gone and running in favor of Kaho now. Soon, Necropolis is finished, so he can catch up. But yeah, surely a wrench in the gear. On the other side was good leveling, good item too. Annoying though. Annoying. And a little bit of an exclamation mark. What's the next step then? Oi, that altar is late. Can't go for Lich, can't go for attack. And he can't go to the tavern either as the Naga is closing the door. Oh, Kaho seems to be on the driving wheel of this best of 3 right now. And the playoffs, maybe one fight is missing. 120 has no mana. 120 doesn't have the biggest force. He buys the Gloves of Haste. Now that's interesting. Decides that it's still time for a Lich. It is also time to delay the tier 3 a little bit in favor of a Slaughterhouse and more Fiends. Income is there. No need to rush tier 3. Start with the big army. This Demon Hunter attack also pulled the ghouls off of Lumber. So second Slaughterhouse is a little bit delayed in favor of that tier 3 tag. And for both players, it's the biggest job currently. To empty the map, Kaho still has some fallback camps here on his side of the map. The middle is almost empty. Atypical at the shop is still up. It's the perfect immolation creep, as we oftentimes say. So many low HP units all gather around the hero. Don't know who got that, to be honest, but yeah, DK. Gotta be a little careful here with the 50%, but the Lich is coming in with the mana potion actually, so lots of coils available. Maybe Coil Nova action. Did Kaho check the inventory? He should have used now. Nice execution. Back-to-back kills. 4-1-2-0. Dodges that surround attempt. There was still a little gap and he could have walked out, but better safe than sorry. Okay, so after this little Demon Hunter pressure in the main, 1-2-0 stabilizing. Waiting for his tier 3 while Kaho is done with that tier 3. Momentum surely a little bit with the Night Elf. But undeads are kings of catching up. With Coil Nova, you can creep like crazy, you can snipe units and heroes like crazy. Demon Hunter got an invulnerable. Still working on Naga levels, still working on bears. 50 food is around the corner, and we're also prioritizing defense upgrade, which is interesting. Still a minute away from 1-2-0's power spike. Time for orbs. I really like that Kaho recently is not rushing bottom. I think there's no real need to do that. Bears are more important. Upgrades seem to be more important. Items are more important. Orbs. But as soon as he knows he has a little bit of time, boom, bottom immediately. He still didn't fix that flaw of springtime though, and doesn't have a dust.
A player's forces are under attack.
Wouldn't bottom with Owl be best? I agree. True Shot doesn't add that much. And she's still a great orb carry. So off we go. The Crestfallen. Thank you for the 96 month. Holy smokes, what a long time that is. We get more Dryads in. This is a big push. Frenzy? Wait, is the overlay crashed? It did. Oh man, I can't restart it now, unfortunately. Nuke on the demon. Needs an invul very, very soon. And then a redo on top. And then the demon hunter can stay in that fight. Focus fire by 120 is good. Takes out the bears. This is very problematic for Kaho. Was banking quite some gold here. Maybe a little too much. The Moonwells are lifesavers. 120, are you winning your group against all odds? Naga has been killed. And this is a disaster for Kaho. He looked so fine. Until he doesn't. Double kill 120. Necromancer back in the game, and Necromancer wins the group. Is this the return of 120? To me, completely unexpected that he wins the group as he did. I didn't expect his dominant performance versus Sok. I did not expect such a strong performance versus Kaho. And it seems like I'm proudly eating my words. I was touting that Labby is the second best undead in the world, but apparently 120 is making an argument against it. Winner of Group D is 120. With that, he gets another Night Elf in his bracket with life. And he's dodging Happy in the bracket, which is also not too bad. Interesting times. Very interesting times. Kaho didn't play necessarily bad. The last fight was a bit uninspired, maybe. He didn't do maybe enough damage. He let 120 creep. That 12 o'clock creep was, I think, very, very important for the 120 game. The little harass towards the main was sweet. Didn't really do much. And our Chinese champion, our top 3 Dolphin participant, is now in the lower bracket. I tip my head. Kaho, of course, still a chance to advance. With that, half of the groups are won by the undead. That is happy, and that is 120. There's still people saying, can you believe it? There's still people saying this race is trash. And then they both win their groups with all 4 races represented. But yeah, what a glow up by 120, man. What a glow up by 120. Dolphin Championship Cup, top 8 finish was not that great, to be honest. And 120 eliminating the top seed of his bracket. And destroys Sok. Who says the race is trash? Well, other streams have command even. 4 famous players voicing that opinion. How are you not exhausted after so much casting? It's the beautiful game. It's beautiful games. It's beautiful players. How can I be exhausted? Warcraft is the fountain of youth, as you can clearly see. Nah, man. As long as I'm on stream, I'm fine. Hot damn. Interesting situation. Now, Kaho Fly Sock in the lower bracket. And without further ado, we go into the next game. I will go for a quick coffee refill and then we join Fly and Sock. Check out backtowarcraft.com/support for all the ways to support us for 442 consecutive streaming days. And especially if you have a Prime sub lying around, we gladly take it because for you it's for free and for us it's great support. See you in a sec. I hit the wrong button. Also, Francis, you are responsible for like half the broadcasted hours because of your games yesterday. So it's down to you how much I cast. What a war that was yesterday. Love it. All right. Little Strachan, you're exhausted. You gotta play 12 maps today. Hopefully. Francis is challenging for the German title later tonight. But now, human versus orc in sock versus fly. Hype. Hype. Only good games. We gotta say though, both of these players were underperforming big time in the winner bracket semifinal. I was hoping that all of the players would be on the same level. Then I saw Kaho versus Fly and I thought, holy smokes, Kaho is completely tearing it up. And then I also saw 1-0 pretty much destroying Sock. That was not to be expected. Now, what's left in the quiver? Knuppe was tearing it up. Dude, Knuppe went on a crazy spree yesterday. Completely out of his mind. He was responsible for sub-only mode without me enabling sub-only mode. So, yeah. that was something. So, Fly and Sock, both players who can surely do more than they've shown today. Both players that on a good day can be on top of their race list. But both players who also tend to underperform when the pressure is high. Look, Crestfallen on a pretty damn good gift spree today as well. 10 gifties. Not the first time today. I see you, my dude. I see ya. May plenty of goats be slaughtered in your name. Let's go. Fight for survival. Who goes into the lower bracket final against Kaho? It is Fly with the Farseer. It is Sock, not with Pally Rifle, even though he had strong showings versus Starbuck with that style. We go back to the tried and true, the Archmage. Farseer Headhunter is something that we've seen basically exclusively in this matchup. Yesterday, Leon was accusing Francis of being a one-trick pony. And then he proceeded to play 4 maps in a best of 5 with Archmage Water Elemental pushes. So one could say, in Leon's hands at least, the Archmage is a one-trick pony himself. Or at least the horse. We'll see if Sock is going for that route. But Fly has a good read. It's a fast expansion creep and he's putting pressure on the old man. Last hit. Goes to Sock. Water Elemental. Oh, surround! Ooh, how to stop harass early. This is not the first time that it happens today, but in previous games, this exactly happened to Sock. Verse 120. Little lesson learned here. Level 2 with the Wolf. Fly is not in top 16 shape today, we have to say. Losing a lot of momentum. But yeah, you blink for a second, which is long for a blink now that I think about it. And it's gone.
A player's forces are under attack.
So how much can a Farseer and 2 Headhunters do? Preventing towers would be great, but Sock is in position. Blocking off that choke. You don't want to go mano a mano against this army. No, no. Good Wolf harass though. A little bit of distraction. No tower by Sock, as he's going for that fast expansion, which we haven't seen much in this matchup recently, I think. Oh, Fly also pausing the game. Seems like the Chinese in general are having some issues, server-wise. Or it's just a coincidence. Everything is possible. And Sock's Expo is up at 4 minutes 15. That is a very clean timing. Plus the protection against big bad wolves. If only the 3 little piglets had an arcane tower instead of their tiny little houses. So a little bit of recovery by Fly, I'd say. As long as he gets free damage, that is fine. As long as he can keep the Archmage away from level 3, that is fine. But this alone is not turning the game around. We got the shields up. All the piercing damage less effective now. We get boots. And a Fire Lord! Okay! We turn the heat up. That is, of course, a way to cripple Sock a little bit early. The tech has only started. There's no dispel available. Outside the Arcane Tower, of course. Sock gets a claw for a little bit of defense. Can you deal with the lava spawn? Oh, Fly. That lava spawn, it needs to hit stuff. Yeah, move it away, bro. Oh, big mistake. It's so easy to kill the lava spawn now and not make it split. Except if you put a footy where he did put the footy. But man, Fly, this is supposed to be a game-turning push with that Fire Lord and the Raider follow-up. I don't really see that. The tech by Sock is running at a very good timing. A little bit of redemption for Sock. And then when he faces Kaho in the lower bracket final, everything is possible, I guess. He actually gets the spawn to split. Wow. Only 3 headhunters remaining. Archmage went hunting.
A player's forces are under attack.
Bloody exchange here. But is that enough for Fly? He's not playing the strongest carry hero on the Orc side in this matchup. That's the TC. And it's too many losses. I feel like it's too many losses. Ah, kill him! Kill him! Thought the footman got it, maybe. Shop is up and necessary. Tier 2 around the corner, but without a level 3 Archmage and for another minute without a Mountain King. Both Orc heroes incredibly fragile. Magnets to Stormbolt. And Fly might have seen Francis' games of yesterday. Mass Raiders and onto bases we go. This is a fragile tier 2 play. The longer the game goes, the better it is for Sock. The more tools he gets to shut this down. With Mountain King, with Sork. In Sock's hands, not even tier 3 is impossible. As he decides to go for Panda. Nice against harassing Raiders with Drunken Ace. Couple of splits, but the headhunters are falling. I don't feel like Fly has dangerous momentum. It's the town portal soon. Follow-ups? Oh yeah. And he must portal to the right-hand side. Because there's the shop. Fly got pillaged early. He's getting a little bit of gold. Not too much from farms, as it's percentage based and farms only cost 80. Hashtag fixed farms. But that means that Sock is supply blocked. And so much for mass casters. What's left if you take the mass out of casters? Well, casters, I guess, but it is a wild back and forth. Without a Mountain King, can you even control this? Panda might be a bad choice after all. This would have been a Raider for sure. And if Sock doesn't go for tier 3, which I don't think he's doing, looking at the lumber, looking at that fact that rifles are coming. And he needs Sorks. Tier 3 by Fly. Say what?
A town is under siege. Forces are under attack.
Tiny Great Hall then? Tiny Great Hall Tauren? That's an interesting transition that I don't see too often. Farseer Firelord is always an all-in, isn't it? Clever. Clever and enabled due to the farm kills. Oh, lovely Breath of Fire, but that Panda is getting punished. End snare, end snare, end snare. It is Breath of Fire, of course. He does have mana for more if he then survives. Got a potion, stays alive. Yeah, these Raiders, dude, they're screaming for a heal scroll. And there is no storm. Oh my god, Fly. That's a nasty overcommitment. He can't go to the shop, can he? Got the heal scroll, Makrura. You got some kills the past couple of days. With that heal scroll, you might be able to stay in this. Don't lose any units, Fly, please. Ooh, heal scroll to the rescue. Another one available at 150, but the Breath of Fire is basically negating this. He wants this Panda dead at all costs. Oh my god, Invul to the rescue as well. He's feeding these heroes, man. What is going on, Fly? 1300 gold on Sock's side, no lumber. And tier 3, okay. What the hell? Now this is Warcraft. One could say this was a bit of an overcommitment. This was a lot of an overcommitment. This was a crazy overcommitment. He wanted that Panda so bad, he committed so much to a level 1 hero. What exactly was that? What was this game? So the game went sideways immediately when the Farseer got surrounded. The follow-up wasn't necessarily spectacular. The Firelord, I guess, due to a very interesting reposition, didn't have as much punch as it could have been, also with Headhunters being torn apart quickly. And then he fights back into the game, decides tier 3 is the way we're doing it now. And then on the tier 3 transition, he picks the biggest fight with the biggest commitment. and throws the game away. He, of course, didn't know that Sock had no lumber, but maybe he had an idea of that tier 3. I don't know. It was a game. It was certainly a game. Now, Fly, show us your A game. Show us your A game, please. It's Twisted. Yo, Sanox, thank you for the tier 1 sub, 16 month. Let's go. And we also go towards Twisted Meadows. Tournament run for Fly, who was so brilliant in the qualifier. Might just end here with 0-2-0-2. His buddy Infi survived a little bit longer. Was then also eliminated. Nice little redemption arc here for Sock, I'd say. Played completely different than what we've seen before. So, any chances of a Mountain King first, maybe? I have a severe lack of Mountain Kingery in my observations today. Yeah, if you want to play the lame game with Raiders, this is the perfect map for it. If we finish here quickly, we could actually cast a little bit of B Cup. Blade Master. Okay, that's... There is potential for entertainment. There's potential for a very hard-hitting Blade Master as well. This is definitely a trick that Sock will probably not expect, except if they played this very style before. So, at Twisted, we start on the right-hand side. We go for the golem. A plink. Nice little creep trick invented by Lin, like 2017 or so.
A player's forces are under attack.
Gambling for a big item. It is only devotion. Mr. Ape-Man, you're already done with the day. What the hell? What's up? Isn't B Cup still running? Is that also over already? What's going on? So many quick games today. Holy shit, Lin 3-0 focus. Wow. That's impressive. Mr. Aben, I hope you had a wonderful time. We're in a very interesting group stage, you gotta say. One to 0 is already done. He wins the group over Kaho. Fly and Sock a little bit underperforming, but in the game of the underperformers, Sock seemed to be the bright light. And Fly is gracing us with the presence of a Blade Master that he wants to pimp. And then slay the Archmage. Who's in a bit of defense mode? Expo coming up. How many games will be played on B Cup still? And do we know? Is that the last game of the day then? Yeah, looks like it. Well. Blade Master got XP, got HP. It is going not for the tower, that's a bit too late. But rather for the workers. Well, he can't get surrounded. Oh, he can get surrounded here in the shadow of the arcane. Sweet little kill, but playing with the Blade Master against the human expansion is tough. It's very tough.
A player's forces are under attack.
But okay. In Raiders we trust, I guess. Or maybe even Wyvern. Beastery. In Beastery we trust. And in Hero Focus we trust. Oh, and he goes Walk Torrent. What's Fly cooking? Sock doesn't know either. Fly at the moment a little short of either another... It could be Grunt Raider. Oh, he finds the way with the tele staff onto that totem. Sock's so good. Sock's so tricky. Got the cancel at least, but... It's not a good day to be Fly. Or a Fly fan, to be honest. The Sock is an expo up. Sock is catching up in tech. He once again got that backpack. We see it more often.
A player's forces are under attack.
Mr. 8man, if you're still watching, Sock stole an item from 120 with the backpack trick. He's watching your shorts, confirmed. But yeah, Sock seems to be in full control to me. How we get it? Now a beast. He was then just truly short of resources, huh? It's a nice beat. Sock's a good dancer. Doesn't surprise me. Okay, so instead of Farseer TC, we get Blade Master Shadowhunter. A bit old school. Probably more hero focus centric, but Sock is again finding the way. This time Blade is here. Oh, he wanted to go for the block, but that didn't work. And the Sword Elemental might also be a little bit too late. Archmage again well equipped. Sock is getting so filthy rich. He could just Q tier 3, I think. Goes Mountain King. That's lovely. Oh, focus. This has always been Fly's strength. But it shouldn't be... He shouldn't be able to get a kill here without any raiders, without a second hex. Losing the Shadow Priest prior to the Dispel. This is all problematic. Sock is ready for potential Wyvern harass. Counter expansion was a red. And Sock still has the Telestaff. There's a very good opportunity for him to cancel that again. Sometimes all it takes is one hero focus. And then Fly is back. I haven't seen that play from Fly so far. Something that shows me that the heal wave now during creeping. That he's on that level where he is a threat to Sock. And then also Kaho afterwards. That's exactly what I mean. Even without the staff, Archmage just makes it here. Mountain King shall be creeping anyway. Responds with the staff himself with Hex. We don't have Dispel yet. Good damage. Good damage, but no cancel. Okay. Fly might be cooking here, but at the same time, Sock. Level, level, level. Rifle casters. That's a good read here, though. Uh-oh. End snare. Hex. Waiting for as long as he possibly can to get the maximum disable out. Worst case, there is a TP, but with your Hex, you can't go for that. Now is the time.
A player's forces are under attack.
So not that scary. Fly facing elimination here against an opponent who is accelerating way, way, way too fast. And the Blade Master, as good as he is, he couldn't snipe the Archmage before. The inventory is not scary at all. Levels are fine. But against the mass army, a single target hero doesn't do that much. Until he gets Blade Storm, I guess.
A player's forces are under attack.
Did the Kodo just drink the water elemental? Ha! That's funny. That's very efficient, I gotta say. Yeah, stay hydrated, boys. That's one smart dwarf, by the way. +9, 400 mana. With clap, love it.
A player's forces are under attack.
Maybe Invo potions are missing for stock. Against this blade, that is. And for once, Fly isn't risking anything. He can't contest this army. He stays in no upkeep. Has to deal with footmen now. And tier 3 on the horizon. Elemental should be digested instantly, just liquid. So if you drink a glass of water, you piss it out immediately? Interesting. Stressful. Annoying. Oh my god, he finds more mana. 610 mana. Including mana regen. I think that's like 9 storm balls. Oh, he's gonna throw so many claps down. Ooh. If Fly reaches tier 3 and maybe heal wards? That Blade Master is so underwhelming though. Kinda curious to not see tier 3 by Sock. He rather thinks, well, I like gold. Give me more gold. In this matchup, is there a good item here for Fly? Probably Spell Shield. That doesn't help him with the damage. HP never wrong, I guess. But if I were Fly, just sell it. So what's he gonna do with the tier 3? Walkers for Resurrect? Tauren? Tauren have the freedom of way shorter slow now. Due to their resistant skin ability built into them now. Boots of Kel'Thuzzi necessary. Fly has no TP! Oh no! What he got? A little... Oh... Oh, he has one. He has one. He has one. He has one. All good. Clap and Blizzard though. Hurts. No cement. Is this army ready to fight at 74? What an invite to Clap Blizzard this is! Oh snap! Nice little hex against it to stop that Blizzard, but he can't stop this one until the next Snare. It has to be hero focus, but where are the big red numbers? Where are they? I can't see any of them. Here they are. 138, respectable. Backstab, and that is a forced TP without too many losses. Did the Kodos get anything? One breaker. Ancestral Spirit first, and the Tauren are indeed coming. Okay. He's up against 3 bases. There is tier 3 on the way for Sock. I'm not saying Fly stands a great chance now, but at least it's gonna be cool. If you go down in style. The dwarf is still a crazy threat. Only 1 heal scroll. I don't think that's enough. Tauren will still take more time. Invisibility sword. Sock is pushing on the way to tier 3. Tauren on the horizon, but will take a lot of time. Blade Master aiming for Sorks, misses a lot here. 144 crit. The breakers are always a problem, but the Kodos are supposed to fix that. But yeah, we just throw hammers to heads. Tauren finished. Fly taking that fight. Maybe not the smartest idea, given that he has only 1 heal scroll. The heal wave is good, and the Tauren is here. Trying to go into the back line with the Raiders, but they are all so slow. There's little Dispel. He might need that mana for Ancestral Spirit. Grunts are there to suffer against Blizzard, but the hero control is good with Hex and Ensnare. Cancel and cancel and cancel. Can the Tauren reach the front line? We need some good kiting, and with Clap that is relatively easy. Mountain King, lol, has no mana anymore. Didn't think I'd see that, and he's almost dead here now actually. Stormbolt to save him. Needs some caretaking by the priest, but the priest is not interested in him. There's some healing. Blade Master is in trouble now. Oh, Fly, don't end your tournament like that. Clap is a weapon of mass destruction. Crazy. Ancestral Spirit is again bringing a couple units back. But despite the shorter slow, this is still a good slow. And Fly, with 1400 gold, is about to say goodbye to the tournament. That was so much damage from this Mountain King. 11k damage. Soon to be level 5. At least the units are coming back.
A player's forces are under attack.
This Mountain King is unbelievable. Close to level 5-5. He's invis once again. Sock is going Blood Mage, Polymorph, Inner Fire, 3rd upgrade. He is really enjoying his time now. And I think it's nice to build that momentum prior to the game versus Kaho, which is coming up. He's on 3 bases. He got the 5-5 levels. He's unstoppable. I think we know it. I think Fly knows it. Oh. Wait. There's no mana. There we go, Blizzard once again. Can the Tauren destroy something? We don't have the upgraded Pulverize just yet. Slow is reapplied. The Blizzard is crazy. It's a damage dealing competition between MK and Archmage right now. Mountain King can, of course, not be controlled so well. And this, yeah, causes another Hex. But every Hex is like a heal wave less. And the damage is raining down on the poor Tauren. We might have 1 or 2 revives. There is one. But without the upgraded Pulverize, and especially with that slow Tauren or not, that's scary. The Raiders aren't able to attack the casters, and this Mountain King wow. Just wow. Everything falls. 90 food. Where is the polymorph though? There's a severe lack of polymorph. Maybe there's no mana. Archmage level 5 with Blizzard. Yeah, Mountain King throws another hammer. That's number 37. And Fly is expanding. He truly watched the Francis games yesterday. Oh, lovely. Siphon mana, Flame Strike, 94 food, 2000 gold, 3 upgrades on the horizon, mortar teams with frag shards. We are hunting an achievement for all upgrades in the game and the biggest claps in the game as well. Turns out, if there's a Blade Master in the game who's not pimped, he's no threat. I think even Mirror Image would have been better, especially with the tanky items, but Fly, that was not one of your miracle performances, unfortunately. This was Sock dominating the series front to back pretty much from the very, very early moments on map 1 with that surround into that Twisted Meadows. It was a little bit of a disaster for Fly, unfortunately. But Sock having a good time, giving us a good time. And now we got one final best of 3 remaining for the last spot in the playoffs from this group. And the Night Elf Wonder Boy could very well be eliminated here. Yeah, the damage dealing competition was clearly won by that Mountain King. 20,000 damage. That's nuts. That's nuts. That's nuts. That's illegal. That's just illegal. Painful day for Fly. But the orc heavy hitters, they're coming tomorrow. And everybody knew. Someone was the underdog going into his group. Fly was the underdog going into this group. Tomorrow is Focus and Lin. And Focus and Lin are kind of destined to emerge tomorrow if Lawlight is not ruining the party. So we will have at least one orc in the playoffs, guys. That is 100% guaranteed. With 3 orcs in a 4-player group. But yeah. Soen wasn't up for the task. Starbuck played insane, but yeah, like hybrid player. And Fly, it was noticeable. This was a player issue. And on Twisted also, like either a strategic issue or an item drop issue, but yeah. Sock and Kaho, man. Ooh, this hype. This is one of these moments where both players could go through. For the loser, it's obviously heartbreaking. This is similar to what we've seen yesterday with Labby and Starbuck. Both players can be so great. Both players were in the top 4 of the Dolphin Cup and will have a group stage exit. That's how tough the competition is here. And as I know, our Chinese colleagues. Okay, guys, for the orc whiners, there's always orc whiners. You are incredibly annoying, by the way. There's one result that shuts this all down. Lawlight Cup 7 was played on this patch. Boom. Oh, it wasn't even that. Number 6. Focus, Happy, Fortitude, and Kaho in one group. Focus wins this thing. Is there any underperformance that you can see here? No, thank you. Okay, easy. Then you can look at the stats. Oh, the orc underperformance. It's so bad. Oh, 2 orcs in the top 5. Oh my god, they're underperforming so hard. Ay. This is crazy. Blah, 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 blah. Orcs are starting to contest Night Elves in that regard. Man up. Guys. Lower bracket final. Playoffs on the line. $28,000 on the line. And Sok and Kaho are challenging each other for that one last spot that we got in Group D. So far on this patch, as you can see, it is 3-0 in favor of Kaho. And it wasn't even close, really. 2-0 in the B Cup, 2-1 in the Lawlight Cup, and 3-1 in the Dolphin Championship, where they found themselves against each other again. Kaho goes into this as the favorite. It is quite a surprise to see him in the lower bracket after how he played, especially versus Fly. Sok also destroyed Fly, so maybe that's not the measuring stick, but Kaho did a lot better against 1-0 than Sok did, but maybe that is matchup dependent. What are we going to see? A Warden. The new Chinese Warden is a thing of beauty, IMO. Very aggressive playstyle. Plus, of course, the Wisps in position to play that. I don't want to say Kaho came up with it, because in the end, it's Water Elementals dispelled. But in this game, we have a Mountain King. Kaho is playing Chinese Warden. Sok is playing Chinese Mountain King. And now we got an interesting game to our hands. Surely one of the highlights of the group stage. At least on paper.
A player's forces are under attack.
Stormbolt vs Shadow Strike. Clap versus Fan of Knives. Bash versus Blink. And then both heroes that have an avatar as their ultimate. So Mountain King expansions. It's Chinese Mountain King because Infi and Fortitude both seem to be big fans of this. Also including Dragonhawks to a degree, Mass Air. Kaho is actually playing more of a classic Warden. We don't see any Warden marching across, going for early harasses, early Shadow Strikes. Mountain King is not as squishy as that Archmage is. So, Kaho, if he loses here, it's yet another chapter to the story of the Night Elf favorite underperforming. And it is surely a possibility. Even though he didn't play by any means bad, in the end, that doesn't matter. Stormbolt, Surround, trying to force Blink as a skill build here, and it succeeds. We got Bash, so you always gotta be careful. For now, no counter expansion and no Warden harass here. Sok is doing a good job in shutting that Warden down. Oh, faking a Shadow Strike. Animation was halfway done.
A player's forces are under attack.
Hey, Sonica! Thank you for the gift subs. That is very, very lovely. Thank you for the support. Awesome, awesome. 2 community subs to prevent these people from ads. Community service. 07. Town Hall done. Uncontested Expo. This is not necessarily the momentum that you need when you have a Warden around. I love that kind of pressure by Sok. It feels like this is not something that Kaho expected or that he feels incredibly confident against. Was an Oh, Sock got the Flash Eater! That's sick, actually! Plus the Warden is so low, needs another bath. No hero is level 3. I'd say that benefits the Mountain King. And it is 2 base, 1 base.
A player's forces are under attack.
For now, at least. Expo coming up. Safe spot. Further away. Does that deny level 3? Oh, it does. The 1 Flash Eater skill. Kill. Steal. Oh, that's so... 1 level 1 spells. Really underwhelming. So that's why you want the level 2 edition as fast as possible.
A town is under siege.
Sock starts well into the series. No signs of pressure. When previously in tournaments, when there was so much on the line, he surely showed signs of nervousness. Warden invisible now, trying to preserve some mana. But that Expo has been figured out, and there's no Fork Lightning against it. Defend is up. Stormbolt again! Kaho! If that's a bash, guys. If that is a bash. The Warden can only throw Shadow Strikes from afar. Sacrificing archers. There's another Stormbolt, ain't there? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last bit of Moon Juice to the save. Oh my! Well calculated by Kaho. Here's the bolt. We have another blink. This is not super risky. But Kaho already in a bit of dire straits. Tier 2 almost done. And so far it's the Footman show. And the Mountain King show. The Crown Prince of the Elves is not having a good start. Finally level 3. Oh, that took him way too long. Now it's hunting season. If you can afford that. But looking at the mana in the Moonwells and looking at the time of day, it's not so easy. Kaho survived until Dryads. Those can't be Stormbolted. Those help with CC. Those help with poison. It is Griffinavian. An old play from the 2010s making a return. Very annoying because they're flying units. Piercing damage kinda nice against Dryads. They are quite tanky. So Fan of Knives doesn't hit him too much. Finally time for Kaho to get that second base up. Let me remind you, the Warden hasn't seen this human expansion once. And the big threat when you're playing against the Warden is AoE damage. So what do? We get AoE healing. The Alchemist, a wonderful addition to the squad. Always been very impressed with level 1. The Footmen get rotated out. Kaho is again in a situation where he could get surrounded, but not just yet. Dragonhawk. Oh, he didn't root! Oh, that cost so much time. Couple of bumps in the road for Kaho for sure. And how experienced are we against this playstyle? When you share the ladder with Fortitude and Infi, you probably should know it. Ancient of Wind. Air battles, oftentimes a numbers game. Because of shackles. And with 1 Ancient of Wind, I don't think you can go for that numbers game. Blood Mage to help with mana. And there we go. Dragonhawk, Mountain King harass. You don't say that sentence every day. Yeah, just to cancel. It looks like. What a shutdown by Sock towards Kaho. Level 4.5 Warden. There's a Wand of the Wind. Always a playmaker. Also nice to have disable against the heal spray. A hero kill would do wonders for this Warden. But there's an Invo Potion. It's fine. No staff just yet though. So he's investing a Town Portal. Pressure is off for now. APs aren't really answers to the Dragonhawks because there can be the Cloud upgrade and then the towers don't do anything. We switch into Griffins to counter the incoming Bears and get better creep speed, I guess, as well. We triple down on that Griffin Aviary, and it's always been a little bit of an issue for Night Elves. What is their destined anti-air? They have a lot of anti-air. But what's really competitive? Talents? Hippos? Fairy dragons? Archers? Mass dryads? Nothing's really. And so far we didn't see anything from the winds, did we? Warden level 5 should be assigned to get a panda. Kaho's building 3 Moonwells. He knows he has to get ready. Sock is a little low on lumber. No shredder for him. Only 10 workers. Warden with the Tome of Retraining. Time for Fan of Knives, and he retrains pretty much in his face. So heal scrolls immediately bought. And another push lined up. These bears have like 5 targets to attack and 3 of them are footies. What can the Warden do alone? She needs level 6, it feels like. Dryads are the only source of anti-air. Moonwells are falling. Kaho at 51 needs the reinforcements. It is 3 bears, but I don't think they're doing too much. They're also getting hard countered by griffins. And what is the counter to these griffins? I don't see it. Sock has maneuvered himself into a gorgeous position on the map. Super stable early game. Nicely slowing down the Warden over and over. Just by picking the Mountain King, I think he derailed Kaho's map 1. And I still don't see mass production. One ancient is not even rooted. There's no lumber. Look at how little damage that is. This is laughable. It's a level 3 Fan of Knives. It's laughable. We need some insane micro by Kaho right now. He got level 6. The downside is, though, air units don't have corpses. This avatar requires corpses. Well, against his Dryad corpses, that is some source of anti-air. Sock is finding a nice balance between Dragonhawks and Griffins. Lumber is so low. Now we get the panda. Could also be worth it to invest into a Tinker third. Oh my god. We are 15 minutes in, and this is the first time we see the classic Warden play of Blink, Anti-Magic, and Fan of Knives. Unreal. 5 Dragonhawks, 3 Griffins. Supply numbers are a little bit of a disaster. One warden to rule them all. Mountain King stopped progressing with 3 heroes on the field. Experience is of course distributed, while the warden was the solo hero for a long time, which then gives you bonus XP. No chance for a panda level, of course. So, focus fire onto the tree. We do have Nature's Blessing. Kaho at some point has to go in. We don't have heal scrolls. There is not much damage. Dragonhawks fly fast. Fly fast? Die fast. And also a Griffin for free. Wait a second. Mount! He just kills the Blood Mage like that. Staff on cooldown, only one available. Level 2 hero kill. Kaho all of a sudden playing a damn fine game, and this looked incredibly weak from Sock. He is transitioning his army right now into mortar teams against all these dryads. Heal spray also works against air. We need that town portal super soon. And Kaho fixed his lumber issues. So triple Ancient of Wind in a moment where we go Knights Mortars. What an anticipation by Sock. Panda, stunned, gets the item. Helm of Valor, anything to save the panda. Things are getting really wild here. The warden jumps right in, needs the town portal soon, can't risk it. Alchemist! Oh no, spear! He survives on 9 HP. Are you kidding me? And now he's investing into triple hippos when he saw the Knight Mortar. Oh, that panda kill. And that alchemist dodge. X7 Tech, what's up? Thank you for the sub, mate. Oh, that is unacceptable. No staff on Kaho. Yep, you say it right. I praised him in the beginning of the day for his early staff purchases. Not here. And he had that gold. He was floating thousands of gold.
Players' forces are under attack.
6 hippos. So for hippos to work, you kinda need a tinker, no? There we go. So, why? You fly in with the hippos, they get shackled by the Dragonhawks. The Tinker rockets have to hit the Dragonhawks for the shackle to be cancelled. Oh, and he's getting a good connection. Oh my god. Kaho all of a sudden at 88 food with the anti-air up. The transition might just be too late. The Blood Mage is in trouble. The Blood Mage is dead. Sock, what is happening? He is trapping some of these hippos here. Full focus. Super hard to reach. But he gets them now. Oh, that is bad, bad, bad news. Sock is down to 50 food. That value graph. Oh my god. Looks like the Grand Canyon. Holy smokes. Kaho wins this. Sock was so far ahead. The entire game. 30,000 damage warden, by the way. Respect. But he shall never be in a position where he loses this game after the lead he had in the mid game. Oh, so painful. So painful. But for Kaho to see the win condition, to find a way despite the stress against the against all odds, against the Mountain King. And then I don't know. This was like somewhat of a half-assed transition. There was so much air still that it was pretty much the perfect amount of hippos with that Tinker edition. And the AoE got crazy. Oh, this is a map that could break someone. Very cool to see Kaho's fighting spirit, Kaho's vision. Rough to see from a human perspective, of course. I think the Hawks worked really well. I think they did a hell of a job. It was a bit of an overcommitment at the top. And then Sock played incredibly sloppy. Blood Mage kill, Alchemist kill. Lack of stabs. I feel like you should have hard countered pretty much everything there. Hey, you win some, you lose some. But this is unfortunately a $28,000 tournament and we don't know when it's coming next. Maybe at the end of the year. This is your one-time chance. It's not like it's coming back next month all of a sudden. So all the momentum on Kaho now. Sock has to win back-to-back maps against someone who is 3-0 against him on this patch. That's rough. Sock currently top 12 in the world. Quite a downfall at times. He was top 5, top 4. We'll see about that. Can he do something here? Is there still a chance? We are maybe going back to Archmage? What's Kaho gonna do? Is it still Warden? Is he satisfied with that? Feels like we can play Warden nowadays on almost every map. It is Archmage, and we stick with it. Yeah, I think for Kaho and this Chinese Warden school, there's no real reason to do anything about it and to not go for it.
A player's forces are under attack.
So either Sock loses this one and he's out, or we get game 3. Regardless, this is not the end of the Warcraft evening. Tonight, the decision in our German league, the last day of the playoffs. Leon, Francis, Toxie, and Tetster fighting for the title. Warden grabs the item, runs away.
A player's forces are under
Off
attack.
to harass. Maybe early fan of knives this time, or are we hunting and pummeling that Archmage? Games versus Human and Night Elf historically always lasted very, very long. The Warden can change that with Shadow Strike. Always good to see. It's the second time I think I noticed this. Humans got their eyes further open for Wisp detonates. Otherwise, this would be the level 2 already, which you want to prevent at all cost. Oh. Water Elemental didn't get a fan. Now it's a kill, but That cost half of the Warden's mana. But he gets the last hit on the Murloc, and that me... Wait, is that... Yeah, level 2 prevented. Well done.
A player's forces are under attack.
Is this gonna be the Warden show? If there's a human in the world who shall know how to shut down a Warden, it must be Lawlight's best friend, Sock. Or one of the best friends in Sock. We got Backpack once again. Dude, Sock is incorporating that into every map he plays, huh? Trying to steal this one. Look at him go. Look at him go. Ah, didn't get it, unfortunately. That would have been a parry up. No Warden level 3 just yet.
A player's forces are under attack.
Still charging up. Kaho also not playing 2 bases, right? No Tree of Life, nowhere to be seen. The Sock is gaining quite some momentum here. Archmage only level 2. Was harassing first and foremost, and of course going for the base, but... Is there a chance for some base harass, for some Moonwell kills? Boing. Now Warden level 3. That changes pretty much everything. When you have some mana for some Fan of Knives, spin to win, kill the Footman, cripple Sock, and unfold your tier 2. Sock still didn't tech
Forces are under attack.
lumber issues. That is courtesy of backpack upgrade, defend upgrade, shop. Pretty much a tech behind. This is what he was looking for all along. Archmage, Water Elemental. Even though it's only level 1, nice timing. No chance. Archmage loves to do this. Water Elemental loves to do this. It's still mind-blowing to me that the Water Elementals were untouched in the past patch. But gotta live with that now. Kaho is going for a Shredder, going for more creeping. This goes nicely hand in hand. Sock finally started the tech. Rifles. Or at least the blacksmith coming. Doesn't mean rifles necessarily. Warden's packing quite a punch here with lots of agility. Close to level 4. When will the harass start? With tier 3 maybe? Now second chance for the lures. The lures are incredibly late. So no dryads for a while. And here we go. That's level 4. The destruction might have begun. With the Warden, it's always a slow start. Zeppelin unfortunately popped, but they can't save the Footman anymore. This Warden is a nightmare. One Arcane Tower lifesaver, but not for these Footmen. He parked them way too obvious, not too far in the back, and the Zeppelin wasn't able to save them either. Oh, Kaho is finding holes in the defense. Again and again. More creeping. 4.5. What is Sock's plan? Tanks? This would be a perfect game for the tanks, isn't it? We get the lures. We get a hippo from the wind. And Kaho cruising towards the playoffs. It will be a rude awakening when he looks at the playoff bracket. Because first round opponent is gonna be happy. That makes Kaho not so happy. But it is an alchemist again against the fan of knives. More creeping though. This warden, you can't prevent level 5 anymore. He goes Avery's again. No tanks. Sock both games in a row. Like, creeping by Kaho is good. I'm not doubting that at all. But Sock also gave that warden many opportunities to rise in levels. And that is usually not allowed. Archmage is just distracting at this point. No Mountain King, of course. Thanks to that Alchemist.
A player's forces are under attack.
Tome of Reach. A blink, eh? No Shadow Strike no more. I like that skill build. When you see an opportunity for a hero kill, why not go for it? But that is the Warden play with the 2 hippos against the Zeppelin. Usually the Zeppelin is the savior for the peasants. But what can you do when the hippos are flying at you? Here is the fan of knives that he was waiting for. And chop, chop, chop. This was a nicely laid up trap for now with the shackles coming in. But he doesn't care. He doesn't care one bit. They're just a tool for the lady to get what she wants, and that is peasants. Many peasants.
A player's forces are under attack.
Panda able to level the levels, of course. Crazy advantage for Kaho. Is that 3 lumber workers still? Plus the shredder. Dragonhawks inbound, Panda level 2. How much is remaining? This orange, plus the red and the market. Interesting to see the market is still up. But yeah, high level heroes is what counters this.
Forces are under attack.
Still Kaho playing 1 base. Unlike last game. The Warden surely has some weight on her shoulder. But with economy harass and level 6, everything's possible. Panda level 3. Is that the missing puzzle piece? Supply heavily in favor of Sock. Heroes or armies? What is it? Fan of Knives coming in. We have a heal scroll. We have that heal spray level 2 as well. Not only is the Panda level 3, also the Alchemist made it to 3. Paladin this time as the 3rd hero, unlike before where it was the Blood Mage. Can't really reach. Spreading some poison. Using the Dragonhawks as a harass tool, maybe a little bit of rotation. Not expose them too much to the AoE. And so far, that's not a real threat to the Dragonhawks. Unless they get hit by Drunken Haze Breath of Fire or 2 more fans of knives. The Shredder Snipe. Okay, I was about to say it could be quite potential, but no, it's 2k Lumber. It's fine. And now we move away. And we dodge all the AoE. Look at that. Even kept the heal scroll intact. These Dragonhawks, people are kind of disrespecting the Dragonhawks in the chat. They can be quite potent in numbers. Kaho also has no resources to go mass air. He has to spend pretty much everything he got.
Players' forces are under attack.
And unlike last game, Kaho can't go level 3. Level 3? No, level 6. He doesn't get solo experience anymore. She has good mana thanks to the Mana Stone, by the way. Gotta mention that. Some free regen. We jump in, we steal it. Big mana potion. Oh my god. Warden in trouble though. Gets away once again. This precise evacuation by Kaho. Not the first time we see it today. More spin to win. The reju is coming in. And of course the big downside of this is no dispel. So Kaho, can you close it out? With 30 food less, how bad are Dragonhawks really? Show the world Sock in Force Game 3. The focus fire seemed really off at times here. We get 2 Griffins against the Bears. The Panda level 4. Dragonhawks reposition, trying to aim for the Dryads. But despite 30 food, Sock has to portal away. Are you kidding me? That's also level 6 and there's a bunch of corpses. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. That was the big mana potion though. Don't get fooled. Not every fight will look that way. We also have a workshop coming. Not the cleanest engagement to the fight, eh? But 1 Griffin left, more coming. Heal scroll, triple staff this time. Important, but also expert. Sock was checking for it. He's looking at the wrong gold mine. Did catch it.
A player's forces are under attack.
Waiting for Avatar. Sock can't make any mistake anymore, I feel. And ooh, was the scouted bottom? He's scouted now. But is it too late? Kaho's just hatching this expansion egg as the Warden distracts. Mortar teams are supposedly the answer to Dryads again. If you can keep them safe, which is a bit questionable. It feels like Sock is a bit afraid here. You make one misstep and you lose 15 food again. 20 food. Shop control with the double heal scrolls though. An incredibly important puzzle piece. Plus the heal spray, plus the holy light. Third heal scroll. This has to be Sock's game at this point, but he's timid. Four and a half minutes of mining.
A player's forces are under attack. They came from...
Army mix seems fine. Sock goes high upkeep. One big preparation for one big push. Warden is spending lots of mana, distracting so much with the AoE spells. Kaho's playing it smart. Kaho's trying to drain mana as well. Maybe get rid of some of these Dragonhawks. Production is good though. Next Breath of Fire. He's taking away so much piercing damage off of Sock's army just with the 2 heroes alone. And now it's nighttime. He can use all the moon wells. Get into it. Oh, he did already. Oh, wow. Can regenerate. One bear. Out of position. And now we engage. 2 mortar teams. Will these dryads suffer? They're all lined up here. We do have frag shots. That's big damage. 2 heal scrolls. The staffs have been used already. Panda 50%. Frag shots amazing. How long though? Oh, instantly killed. But that's some freedom for the Dragonhawk. That's some freedom for the Griffins. But is the army mix correct? Is there too many Griffins and too little less? Too little else? We got some problems here, I feel. 80 food still. The heroes, how long can they carry? They don't have mana potions. Warden level 6 in a bit of a precarious situation. Paladin level 3. Warden level 6 drowning. There's still these damn dryads. Panda had that heal potion. Warden has to make it home. Alchemist got that invul at the ready. Plus the holy light. So many dryads, so many spirits, so many kills. Oh my god, the Warden. The Warden is batshit crazy. 36,000 damage and we aren't done here. The Avatar of Vengeance breaks the push of Sock and might eliminate him from the $28,000 tournament. The Griffins did nothing, did they? Another heal scroll. We have mana again. No focus. With what on the Avatar? I guess you have to kill the Warden. But how is that gonna go? No Mountain King, no Blood Mage. Sock, the supply lead is gone. Unbelievable. Level 7, 1 Warden to rule them all. Sock had a gigantic lead in both games, basically. 2 base up the entire time. The mortar teams are very good, but maybe they're too late if Kaho is not having a B2W rip moment. And Sock is out of gold soon. 750 here, 1600 here. 39,000 damage. He was up. He was 30 food down, 3 heal scrolls down. This is unbelievable. 50,000 damage on the 2 Night Elf heroes. Kind of nice again. To put this in perspective, the human heroes 15,000 damage. How you deal with that? We got 1 bear remaining. The Griffins seriously won't do much. The mortars were too little. They were killed easily. Like, the impact of mortars were there, but they weren't protected at all. And how would you against Breath of Fire and Fan of Knives? The Warden just spin, 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 spin. He's never out of mana. It's daytime now.
A player's forces
But,
are under attack.
I mean, look at him. Super wells. Super wells. I feel like Sock is getting desperate. He is trying everything. Oh, he wanted to do it with the Zeppelin, but that doesn't work. Oh my, getting sniped out of the air. Immediate Fan of Knives. These mortars are the game winners, are supposed to be the carries. The rejuvenation is way too crazy. You don't have Dispel. That's so bad. Free regeneration. The bears, of course, have a bad time on the ground, but that's about it. We're gonna even out the supply once again. We have no heal scrolls anymore. Panda and Warden go completely crazy. Paladin safe to the side, but now it's only Griffins, and what do you do with them? You kill bears, but what about the Dryads? What can you do? No nuke. One lousy mortar team, more damage than the rest of the army. Here's level 6. Earth, Storm, Fire, Heat, my call. And if you had a problem before, you do have a real problem now. Griffins being sniped out of the air. This is all untouchable. And Kaho goes through the lower bracket. Similar to Alive. 1-0 was a little bit too strong for him, but he eliminates Sock from the tournament, who had very unfortunate games here today. This is bananas if you look at the damage. 46,000 damage on the Warden, 18,000 on the Panda, and Sock wasn't able to close it out. That was painful. Very, very painful for Sock. This was unfortunately not the game today. Against 1-0, he looked rather weak. And against Kaho, this was also not on the necessary level. Once again, I say the two best players made it through. And with the 2-0, you make that very clear. And he enabled the Warden both games. So many feeds. Too much. Too much. The Warden was kinda stuck on 3.5. And then she went on a hunt. And she killed so many footies. Impressive gameplay by Kaho. He has to step it up though. Because the next game is probably the hardest game for him as well. Because that's against Happy. 1-0 will be up against Life, and we take a look at the bracket once it's up on Liquipedia. It is up on Liquipedia. You guys are so incredibly fast. It's bonkers. So, Fly eliminated, Sock eliminated. That also means the humans have one player in the playoffs with Starbuck and Sock both saying goodbye. 3 Night Elves. We're eating good here, and there's potential for more tomorrow. Tomorrow is Focus, Ice Orc, Lin, and Lawliot. So either 2 Orcs or Orc Night Elf going through. The winner will go up against Moon in the bracket with Happy and Kaho. And then the runner-up will be up in the bracket with Fortitude, 1-0, and Life. A goddamn promising bracket that is. So either you're in the bracket with Happy or you have a first round match against Fortitude. Okay. That's fun. That's fun. That's the bracket as it stands so far. We have seen a Moon in tip-top shape. And there's room for improvement still. Happy versus Kaho. Man, I hope that Kaho can bring his A game last time, because the last lower bracket final between them in the Dolphin Championship was also so promising. And then Kaho, I don't know, he was shaky. He was really, really off that day. It's of course a bad sign that he lost to 1-0 today. But he has 2 days to prepare for that. Fortitude, absolute monster. We're going to talk about him on the first day of the playoffs then again. 1-0 and life is really promising of 2 players who can be on top of the scene, but are coming out of of a result drought, I'd say. So these games, May 20, that is the day after tomorrow. All 4 games, all best of 5. That's gonna be bad shit crazy. And then later, in 1.5 hours, everybody, I'm gonna take a little break now. In 1.5 hours, our Warcraft 3 Dach Inferno Grand Final, our German league, goes into the last 3 matches. Yesterday, Francis defeated Toxie and Leon defeats Tedstar. Then Leon in an absolute war defeated Francis 3-2. He's in the grand final. Toxie Tedstar to open up the day at 6:15. Francis against the winner and Leon in the grand final. Best of 5, best of 5, best of 7. We're going to crown a new German champion here today. It's either Leon with the 3rd title in a row or a new challenger arises. I thank you guys for being with me here again. Thank you, Scorched Psych, for the sub. There's been quite some subs here today. I appreciate that because without you, we wouldn't be here. We couldn't do this without your support. And you keep on subscribing. There's a lot of people with today, 96 months. Thank you not only for your one-time support, but for the contributions over time. It adds up. The loyalty here is madness. So thank you. I'm gonna rate you to another Warcraft streamer. I wonder who's online. Don't show me that ad. Hey, shut the hell up! What the? Can I not mute this? Are you kidding me? Or Twitch? The hell was that? Looks like I'm gonna rate you over to Witty to hopefully get the re-rate later. That would be dope to boost the numbers for the Dach Inferno finals. Anyway, guys, Sparta and Fishy will be there with me to crown a new champion. I can actually get some food, and we see each other in 90 minutes. Take care.